Can you just kind of talk about the last couple of weeks? And Coach was in here talking about, with the depth you guys have to just be ready, and when your number's called, try to take advantage of it. What's it been like for you to do that?
For me, just being able to take advantage of opportunities, that's been good. Obviously, for us, we trust all of our coaches to put us in the best position to be successful, and they've continued to do that. And obviously, I've been able to make a couple plays, so that's been nice. Being able to have an impact, on this team. Especially when we're playing, well, good complementary football.
There are a number of scenarios on how it could work out for the team to make the ACC championship game. Do you guys look at them, or do you keep it as simple as just win the game and that's it?
We're just simply looking at just being 1-0 and just progressing forward and just winning every opportunity possible.
Devin, I know your family down in Lexington, and you come from a rich history of family members being great at the sport of football. How have they helped you prepare in the sport, and how have they taught you to develop patience and waiting for your moment?
Really, just my father always says this before every game that I have. Ever since Pee Wee ball, he would always tell me just take advantage of every opportunity. You never know what game could be your last or what play could be your last as well. So just he always says take advantage of every opportunity, and just the way he raised me was just to always just do whatever I had to do just to get my opportunity to get my shot. So I feel like he did a great job of doing that.
Devin, third down has been huge for you guys this year defensively. A lot of times it's guys coming in and out and shifting guys all around. How do you kind of stay focused on that down, and what's been the key?
Really, the way we've been staying focused on third downs, it all starts in practice, like for every team. On the third down emphasis days, we're focused on what team is going to do what their tendencies are, and how we could use that to the best like possible opportunities regarding third downs. And I feel like in practice, the emphasis really helps us in the games.
Devin, a couple of things. What would you analyze? How would you analyze the success of the defense? Why has it been so good? And what's it like playing for Ron Andrews?
I feel like the thing that comes when it comes to our success on defense is really we all preach a mentality of get to the ball, not run to the ball, not finish around the ball. We all say get to the ball, get on the ball. And when you have all 11 hats trying to get to the ball, anything can happen. A batted pass or a ball just somehow ended up in somebody's hands. Just when you get to the ball, great things happen for a defense. And that's just the mentality that Coach English he preaches to us, and we take it in, we do it in practice, and it translates to the games pretty well. And we want to keep that going. What'd you say? Oh, playing for him is great, honestly. Like he's the type of coach that makes you like you feel fired up. You come into the unit meetings, he gives that little message to the team, and you just like ooh, like you ready for the game day.
Isaac, just talk about your coming from Wisconsin to Louisville. You've gotten a lot of chances here, particularly in the second half of the season. How have you developed to become a better player? And do people not think you're fast or quick? I mean, you get in the open and you're gone.
Yeah, for me, it's been a big transition. You talk about offensively. Coming from Wisconsin. Just like a run the ball team, almost every play of the game. It was definitely a big transition. Obviously looking at this staff and their history. They threw the ball a lot more, but I saw opportunity as far as being able to develop my game and talking about catching the ball out of the backfield and using that as well as improving myself in the run game. Um, Coach Barkley has helped me a lot as far as developing in that. So continuing to work with him, continuing to get better in that aspect, and really just in every aspect. That's it's been a great transition. Obviously, the number one thing was I wanted to be in a place where I had more opportunity, and obviously I've been able to get that. But you talk about the speed thing. I think I did run track in high school. I have like a track history, but I also put on about. I was a sprinter, 100, 200, 4x1 long jump. But I'm probably about 35, 40 pounds heavier than I was when I ran. But I'm still able to kick it in a little bit. I think what helps me is a lot of people think he's just a big back. He can't run at all. So I'm fortunate enough to get a couple poor angles. Which helps me out. But yeah.
Isaac, when you look at this Miami team, they have one of the most stout run defenses in all of college football. When you kind of fire up the film, what is it about that front seven that makes it so difficult to kind of run against and get success on the ground?
Obviously, we're still in film study right now. Kind of dissecting their defense and all that. Obviously, they have a very good defense and a good run defense as well, like you mentioned. Um, but honestly, for us, what we kind of talked about is, it's like it's an opportunity, for us to see if we can take advantage of like a good defense and kind of see if we can have some success. And obviously each game's different. You never know what's gonna happen. If you're gonna have to run the ball to win the game or pass the ball. So obviously we're gonna look more into that, but we kind of just play it by ear. However the game's going. How we're gonna roll.
I think to get back to coming here, Jeff obviously was known as more of a passing coach or his offense. Did you have any apprehension at all as a running back that maybe you'd get ignored or not get the chances, or how'd you look at that?
Um, one thing that I think Coach Brom does really well is just he follows what's working in the game. I think if you look at Virginia Tech, I don't know exactly what the numbers are, but I mean we definitely ran the ball like a lot more than what we would say like Coach Brom usually does. So I mean, whatever he thinks is working, he's gonna stick with it, and I think that's something that he does well, and then we look up to him for that. So
I guess it's for both of you guys. Obviously, you guys played well at home. Road wins have been a little more of an uphill battle for you guys. But I guess what would be the key in getting that win at Miami, especially considering in the series history, you guys have not won there before yet? Or there yet.
I'd say to get that win on the road, of course, road games are going to be tough. All you got is just your team, your energy, just that you're bringing with you. And I feel like the thing we got to bring is our own energy. So I'd say whenever we're on the field, we're all we got. We got to cheer for one another. We got to all three phases be rooting for one another and be locked in. And whenever we make a great play, we all celebrate, and that just feeds, like, everybody feeds off of that energy and just builds momentum, and just it carries on through all three phases. So I just feel like just having energy and the execution will take care of itself is what I feel will happen.
yeah, I mean, kind of what Devin's talking about is just playing complementary football. I think it's something that we've done pretty well all season. So just continuing to do that. Feeding off the defense when they make plays. And then vice versa. And then obviously as well as special teams. Having an impact. I think we've done pretty well on special teams all year. So just continuing to do that, and then just ride the wave. I think sometimes you can get too high in the highs and then too low in the lows. So just making sure that we're level-headed throughout the game, and then just making our plays when the time comes.
For both of you guys, Coach Brom and Coach English just flat out said this is probably going to be one of the most talented, most athletic opponents that you guys have had all year. What, in your opinion, makes Miami as dangerous as they are for a team that's record might not even reflect that too?
I feel like what makes them dangerous, like for their record, like we can't really get caught up in their record. We looking at them, they're a good team. They're fast, they're physical, of course. We know that, and I feel like going into this game, there's a lot of marbles on the table that we all know there's there. So just going into that situation, you're going to get a team's best, and we have to bring our best as well, and just meet the expectation that's there when it comes to just executing and having our proper reads and fits when it comes to offense and defense. But I know they play hard. They're gonna play hard, and I feel like they're gonna make or come up with a good plan, and we got to do so as well to match that.
Back to Isaac, just briefly. You talked about you're faster than people think you are, but what do you think that you bring to the table? Is it that speed? Is it the physicality? And how did Jeff approach you? You talked about a little bit there about with Louisville or with him being mostly known as a passing coach.
I think for me, it's just having a balanced game. I like to think I can do a little bit of everything, and then I think that was kind of the conversation that we had with him. When this process was happening, and I think that's kind of important as a back because um, if you talk about, I mean, stuff at the next level, stuff at this level, it's kind of just important to be able to do everything. Whether that's run block, pass block, catch the ball out of the backfield, and then run the ball as well. I think that's been big for me, and like I said, I think that's something that Coach Barkley has helped me with a lot. And then so just continuing to improve in all those senses. Obviously, whole offense, offensive line, receivers, tight ends, fullbacks. They've all done a great job as far as helping running backs have success. So just all of us continuing to improve, I think is going to help us as an offense.
Thank you.